Marshall's success in retaking Lincoln was an overwhelming victory for the Royalists. The rebel barons had been defeated, and their French allies driven out of England altogether. William Marshall now focused on creating a stable kingdom for the young King Henry III. To maintain the backing of the rebels, in 1217, a royal seal of approval was given to a reissued Magna Carta, limiting the power of the monarchy. Many barons held lands in both England and Normandy. But now they faced a choice. On which side of the Channel would they make their home? Many chose England. The cross-Channel kingdom was over, establishing a clear English identity. But the impact of the Normans on England's evolution is still felt today. Almost 1,000 years later, the surviving Norman castles and cathedrals still dominate the landscape. In the midst of the modern city, William the Conqueror's fortress, the Tower of London, remains a powerful reminder of their legacy. But it's the unseen influence of the Normans that endures. The Norman invasion changed the English language and established the foundations of modern parliament and governance. And it's all because one man, William the Conqueror, claimed the English crown that he believed by rights was his. The Normans conquered a country and changed the course of England forever. In 1350, what we know as the idyllic French countryside was a living hell. For more than 15 years, the people had suffered at the hands of English invaders. Little did they know that this war would last for another 100 years. But through this crucible of fighting, famine and plague, there would emerge the modern nation of France. England's King Edward III looked jealously across the English Channel. Wanting France for his own, he had added the fleur-de-lis, the symbol of France, to his own royal standard. This was an all-out declaration of war. And in 1337, he invaded. But France already had a king, Philippe VI. As the English burned their way across the land, Philippe's army and his legendary knights marched to meet them and came face to face face with the English longbow. A simple weapon, but the most devastating the knights had ever faced. The heroes of France fell to storms of English arrows. The war engulfed the French countryside. By 1351, the conflict was focused on Brittany. One fight stands out as a spectacular display of chivalry and a symbol of the wider conflict between the two enemy nations. The Combat of the 30 is still commemorated here in Brittany. It was a dispute between two local families. Supported by the opposing sides in the war, the French and English commanders decided to settle it through a trial of knightly combat. Each side would choose 30 champions to fight on neutral ground. France prepared to defend itself against England's finest. Intent on ending the suffering of the French peasantry, Sir Jean de Beaumanoir sent a challenge to the English commander. 30 champions on each side would compete in a tournament for final claim to Brittany. With the battleground of the Halfway Oak agreed upon, Sir Jean set out to gather support from local knights. As a knight himself, Sir Jean followed the strict rules of chivalry and was expected to protect the local peasantry and ensure peace.
Mon arway mègne avec moi, certes. Si comme vos voldrez.
Most medieval tournaments were friendly in nature, held for sport and glory, but the Combat of the 30 was arranged between opponents mired in war. English raids had torn through the countryside of Brittany and brought great hardship to the people.
Retrayez vos amours. Avertissez votre courage, compagnon. Quand je commande, avant, incontinent. Avant, compagnon.
Sir Jean spotted an English raiding party attacking a nearby farmstead. knights defeated the English raiders, and Sir Guy de Rochefort joined Sir Jean's party.
Page, oyez. Un pied ci, un pied là. Reniez vos armes. Et comprens. Si faites vos commandements.
Sir Jean's search next brought him to Sir Geoffroy de Bois, whose squires were contending with a detachment of English longbowmen. The knights would use the great speed of their war horses to charge the archers and overwhelm them. The English longbowmen fell, but the French knights knew the enemy would attempt to retake the hilltop fortification and steeled themselves for further attacks. With Sir Geoffroy by his side, Sir Jean had secured the outpost.
Je suis votre serveuse. Quand je commande, avant. Pour votre service. Avertissez votre courage, compagnon. Avant, compagnon. Certes. Avertissez votre courage, compagnon. Retrayez vos amours. Quand je commande, avant.
Looking to secure his honour, a young knight held his ground on a bridge in Sir Jean's path.
Donnez-moi vos... Ah! Prenons stop de train!
Honourably conceding defeat in the duel, Sir Yves Charel joined the cause.
Comme vos blessed. Reniez vos armes. Un pied ci, un pied là. J'obtempère aux habits. Mettez vos dents en la bouée. Mettons nos en la bouée. Reniez vos armes.
Sir Jean entered the staging area for the tournament, where he prepared to choose which knights would join him in battle. Each knight would be accompanied by his squires, young nobles in training to become knights themselves.
Mon destrier rimaigne. Donnez moi vos advits. Je ride vos volets. Mon arwet.
Reste par une sanglante hâtie.
L'heure est de besoigner. Incontinent. Je suis votre serveuse.
Sir Jean had selected his
Avalez
champions.
votre. Oyez.
As the sun rose, the two sides entered the arena, ready for the first round of combat.
Comme votre place.
Claiming an easy victory in the first round, the French champions left the arena to recover their strength.
Un pied ici, un pied là. Et qu'on prête. Bien savets quoque nos advienne. Si pèse vos commandements.
Refreshed and reinvigorated, the French knights returned to the arena for another round of combat. The combat of the 30 was about to decide which nation would control the Duchy of Brittany. Saint Jean de Beaumanoir and his loyal knights claimed victory. The combat of the 30 had decided control of Brittany in favour of the French. Little did the two sides know, this was just the beginning of a bitter war that would outlive them all.